Hey viewers, welcome to game 3 of this match between Absolute Legends and CLG EU. So both of the European teams. I don't know if Absolute Legends normally is a European team, but I think it is. Anyway, this is game 3, so surprise surprise if you haven't seen the other two yet. It is 1-1. So this is not a filler video, it is really game number 3. So yeah, the picks have already been made. It is going to be Urgot, Leona bottom lane once again, Morgana mid lane once again. I don't know if it's the same, the same person playing it. Shen is this time on the other team. Renekton for against this Shen. So last time we saw a similar matchup, I think. Well, the same matchup. I don't know. I forgot. Anyway, Janna Ashe once again picked for this team. Mundo now on the Absolute Legends team. He was on Snoopy earlier. So Maokai and Mundo, yeah, from these two, Maokai definitely the better ganker, but Mundo the better jungler in my opinion. Although Maokai can make a very quick start with his saplings, but I think Mundo will take that over pretty quickly. And then it's going to be Gragas versus the Morgana this time. So that should be interesting. Last time we saw Morgana, it was Kog'Maw against him, AP Kog'Maw. And we are going straight into the game. So once again, I have no control over the camera, so don't blame me for missing kills, or showing stupid lanes, or not following the fights properly, because there's nothing I can do, and I find that really annoying. But yeah, well, that's just the way it is. I like to keep track of the fights in another way than these guys do, because I don't like to keep track of, for example, top lane or mid lane, because there's nothing developing there. You basically either get the kill through harassment or you don't get the kill through harassment, but it doesn't really matter, because you can just rewind the video and see the kill happening, because unless it's a gank, all of the things are kind of accidental. So wow, that was a perfect engage from Shen, but they almost turned it around on him. And oh, Ashe has to flash out, and oh, that was so close. So let's rewatch that, because that was a very good fight. And yeah, they did defend the jungle, and actually in a very good spot, because they see this coming. So Shen onto the Maokai, and Maokai immediately flashes out, and that's why they can actually go on Shen, because everyone is then full health except for Maokai. Maokai could have waited for like one more auto attack before flashing out, and then yeah, you see all of the damage coming out from Team CLG, and Absolute Legends has to flee. So everyone should go back, well, except for Maokai, because he is still relatively high health after the health potions have been used. He's going to pick up these raids and then run to his blue. Morgana is still there, so she can help with the pull on blue. And everyone is in the lane a little bit too late, because yeah, this team fight was pretty awesome. So only a little bit of damage done. Snoopy not managing to get a whole lot of damage done before the golem turns on him, because that's the idea of the pull. The idea is that you get a pull, then it will start attacking the player that actually hit it first, and then once it runs out of range, it turns around and starts attacking you. And in that time, you can normally get 2 or 3 auto attacks in, so you can do a lot of damage just for free. In this case, not so much, so Maokai taking a little bit of damage there. A little bit more than he normally would, but for Maokai that shouldn't be a problem. He can heal up with his innate ability, because it allows him to spell vamp off of a spell after every 5 or something like that. It's not really important. It's all good. Anyhow, bottom lane, yeah, this should be an interesting one. Because once again, we have a passive lane versus a very active lane. Or rather, a defensive lane versus an offensive lane. So yeah, the Janna Ashe combo really good at defending their position in the lane, making sure that they don't get killed until level 6, and then Ashe can actually become a little more aggressive. And Urgot plus Leona is really aggressive. You need to get the kills to make sure that the Leona pick actually is worth it. And Snoopy is coming in here, going to run into the enemy jungler, going to get nuked down pretty quickly here. And first blood for this team, for Absolute Legends. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, Maokai was coming in. Yeah, so no real mistake there, except that he couldn't check that bush. He just didn't expect the jungler to be over there. And yeah, just unfortunate that he ran into a bush while the jungler was just there. And obviously, yeah, that is going to set the tone of this match a little bit, because now they're 1k gold ahead. And yeah, that's a big advantage really early on for I don't know who got the kill. Hang on, Shen got the kill. So yeah, Shen gets 400 extra gold over Renekton. And even though Renekton is really strong, especially, well, after he leveled up a couple of times, still the 400 gold, that's gonna hurt. That is going to be pretty painful for them. Anyhow, let's see the minions. So 25 versus 26 on the bottom lane, so that's the same. Then the middle lane, 34 for Morgana versus 39 for Gragas. Yeah, Gragas and Morgana will have well, very good late game well, farming methods. So they can wipe out whole minion waves pretty quickly. And the ward put down, but I think this Mundo is in some trouble. Oh, he needs to use his exhaust there, and he is going to get out. But he did use his exhaust, so that spell won't be up for a little bit. Going aggressive on the Ashe, but as you could see, the shield preventing most of the damage, and that's exactly what I meant by saying it's a defensive lane. Doesn't mean they don't do damage, but they're really good at staying alive. And yeah, the other two are really good at killing stuff. So yeah, it's just a matter of seeing who can pull off their attacks faster. And well, if they catch one of them down with one skill too many down, it's going to be hard. So Wicked getting focused there as Renekton, getting focused by the Shen, and Shen doing quite a lot of damage. And as I said, it's not really important to follow those lanes, because yeah, most of the times the kill will happen in a very unexpected moment, and you will miss those anyway, unless you're, well, there accidentally. Or unless a gank comes in, and you should of course follow the ganks much more than anything else. But in this bottom lane, it is way more important to, well, to watch that. And Gragas is going to come in, going to roll in a barrel, and actually gets the big raid at least. I don't know if he got all of them, but he got the big raid at least. And that's the most important one. That one gives you 50 gold, where the 3 small ones is gives you something like 8 gold. So, yeah, that's pretty much all of the gold. It's 2/3 of the gold or something like that. So Shen taunting the Renekton, and Renekton is going to have to run out of here, even though his jungler was there. Could have played that a little bit better, I think, because they had a 2 versus 1, but Renekton coming into turret range with the taunt on Shen up, and Shen using that to draw the turret fire onto him, and definitely getting that done. So top lane is currently 31 versus 48. So yeah, Shen pulling ahead there pretty quickly. Has 2 Doran's shields, and yeah, although Doran's shield is in my opinion, or was in my opinion, one of the worst Doran items in the game, probably one of the worst items in the game. Because of the nerf on the other Doran's items, I think it became a lot better. Because now it provides you with well, an unparalleled amount of life, as well as life regen, which is very useful to have. And of course, that is what you want on Shen early game. You want that armor, you want that life, HP, sorry, and you want that HP regen. So all in all, that is a great starting item for him. Well, especially 2 of them. And by starting item, I don't mean first item, I mean that at this moment he has that extra armor, he has that extra HP, and he can dominate his lane with that, because Renekton cannot do the damage he needs to. The Renekton only has 1 Doran's Blade, and Ashe picking up 2 Doran's Blades here, as well as boots level 2 and some health potions. And you can see I always hammer on the fact that you need to buy health potions, you need to be able to sustain in lane, but just look at the amount of health potions everyone buys. Ashe arrow coming in, and this is not going to be good for Gragas. Wow, excellent turnaround. That arrow coming in, and I don't know why there, yeah, there it goes. And yeah, the ultimate from come on, Gragas was perfect, but he couldn't get that kill. He never would have gotten that kill. Because, well, he just didn't have enough damage to get through all of that. And obviously Morgana reacting perfectly with the snare into stun, and that finished off the kill. Unfortunately for them, not an assist for Maokai. That would have been the ultimate turnaround. An assisted kill for a failed gank and 2 ultimates. But unfortunately that didn't work for them. So Renekton and Shen once again battling it out with the 2 of them, and nobody is going to interfere there. And at this moment, okay, our Absolute Legends is ahead by about 1,000 gold still, because their first blood was assisted, so it was an assisted kill. And that gives you so much gold that you only need to have a little bit of extra, well, extra something to make that into 1,000. And yeah, now really ahead in farm for some reason, so that might be the top lane still. Top lane is now 61 versus 77, so yeah, that's 16 ahead, and that is 1 kill. So right there, that's 300 gold. So that negates the kill that the enemy team just got. And yeah, you can see how that is very important to have. And yeah, you can see how that is how that will affect the lane, because if you're 15 minions ahead and a kill ahead, like this Shen is, then yeah, you can pretty much dominate that top lane, assuming that you go back to buy your items every now and then, because if you are super ahead in minions and you don't buy items for that gold, you're still not ahead. You can still get killed pretty easily, and you still can't dominate your lane unless you have a big level advantage, but that's a whole different story. So Mundo going to take out some wards, and this is what we normally see on Mundo. I wonder why Froggen didn't do that earlier in the last game, because if you go for these early oracles, you have so much control. And yeah, he did well clean the dragon ward there, and yeah, all of the wards now timed out. Mundo is placing a new one, and are the red teamers going for dragon? It looks like it. It looks like they want to engage on this bottom lane or get a dragon. Preferably both, of course. But they're going to go for the dragon here, and going to get a very easy one for now. Oh no, but the CLG team is coming. They're going to get the Mundo, but they do get the Dragon. So it's a 1 kill for Dragon trade so far. And that is definitely in the advantage of... Oh nice, they pick up a 2nd kill. So 2 kills plus blue buff for Dragon. That it might actually be a bad trade now. Obviously blue buff is worth a whole lot to the mid laners, because if the they have to pick up their own blue buff as well as soon as possible, because otherwise the enemy team is going to steal that, and then your advantage is going to be negated instantly. So yeah, Renekton going to pick up these minions, making sure that his turret doesn't suffer any more damage. But yeah, it's about an equal trade, I would say. It's 2 kills is about 1,000 gold. The Dragon is about 1,000 gold, and then the blue buff for our blue team here. Obviously, the blue team should get the blue buff. That's obvious. Red team should get the red buff. That's the way it's supposed to be. Anyhow, the advantage they have now. So the blue team needs to be translated into an advantage in actual gold. Because with 2 blue buffs on their team, they need to make sure that they can utilize that to actually get something going. Because they're still behind by about 1k gold, and it has been like that all game. So they have been behind all game, and mainly because of this top lane. Top lane 100 versus 116, so still those 15 minions behind. And yeah, he's the only one that's really behind, so that's that's also because of the early gank or the early kill on Shen. So it's not really his fault, but it is something that needs to be remedied by the jungler. And wow, stun after stun, and are they going to pick up this Ashe? Oh, blowing everyone into Ashe, that is so good. That Janna definitely playing for the other team, man. So they are going to lose one. Oh, nice! He picks up the Janna kill, because they were going to lose the Leona, and they might lose Yellow Pete here. So the oh no, the heal coming out, and the heal is going to be good enough to pick up the Shen. Excellently played, and now the top lane is inhibited by our Mundo, and Mundo is going to make sure that nothing is going to happen there. But otherwise, that top lane is very vulnerable, because you know the top laner is dead, and you know that if you push that, you get a big advantage. You can actually get the turret kill really easily, and yeah. Morgana is still going to try to get this kill, but yeah, enemy team knows that this is going to happen, so they send out Gragas to counteract this, and they know Gragas is there, I think. No, they don't. No, because the vision doesn't actually reach him. Oh, misses the Mundo by a few pixels. And unfortunately for them, nothing is going to happen there. Not that Mundo was in any real danger, because he still has his ultimate up, and it is really hard to counteract that amount of healing. So Mundo, he has built 1 gold item and basically nothing else. Yeah, boots level 2, but isn't really that tanky yet, so he can definitely get taken out pretty easily. And in the meantime, we see this bottom lane farming their heart out, because that's what they do. It is what is important here, getting that gold, because they are behind. And well, they were behind. They're now ahead. I mean, they're 4 kills ahead, so they know they're now kind of ahead. But yeah, it is still about equal. I mean, they're 200 gold ahead, which is nothing. That's like 10 minions. But yeah, they can see that from the minion scores, obviously. The mid laner is now 166 versus 144, so 22 minions ahead for the Morgana. So that means that someone is failing hard, because Renekton caught up to Shen now. Because of that that kill in the bottom lane, he actually got the same amount of minions now, and is actually able to get over that Shen's amount with this minion wave. And going to do that, obviously, because, well, that's what Wicked does. Wicked is a very good last hitter versus the tower, and obviously he is going to try to come back as much as possible. Oh, a very nice black shield. That was epic reaction time. He saw it coming in and immediately used the black shield on that. That was very nicely done. And that's what the pros are. So that's the moment where you see the difference in regular play and pro play. Because even in the solo queue, these guys don't pull off these kind of moves. They really are focused here. They try to win this with all of their abilities, instead of just, well, winging it a little bit and just saying, well, whatever. If we lose, we lose. Oh, a lot of damage going off on that Ashe. Ashe losing about 60% of her life right there. But because of the Janna shield, only 50% was lost. But yeah, you can see how strong Urgot is early game. And really a super duper early game champion. And obviously in the late game he can still do something, but most Urgots will only be useful for their ultimate, and maybe for sniping an opponent with that that poison into targeted stuff. So yeah, they did get the dragon, but yeah, because Renekton was all the way over in mid, Shen says, well, you take dragon, I'll take your tower. That's a good trade. So they only lose about 200 gold on that, and that is a good deal. That's a lot better than losing 1,000 gold for dragon and not getting anything back. Yeah, I was trying to figure out why it's still so equal if there's 4 kills between the two teams. I mean, in the early game I could kind of explain that, but bottom lane is 150 versus 135, so CLG is ahead. Top lane is 150 versus 162, so once again Shen pulls back, mainly because, well, he was in lane and Renekton was not. And this mid lane, oh, it's going to be close. No, Shen ultimate saving the Greg is there. And are they actually going to pick up? No, they're not going to pick up this Morgana. Morgana is coming back in, but knows she has to back off because they're never going to get this kill. And finally, someone who understands that coming in for the kill when there's really no kill to be had, or when they shouldn't, is a bad idea. So she turns around, backs off to her tower, and is just happy about it, that she escaped there. I think it's the junglers that are a big difference. Yeah, 116 minions for Mundo versus 92 for Maokai. And I haven't really paid attention to how much counter jungling was going on. So how much purple arrow? Oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I hadn't really paid much attention to the counter jungling, and I don't know how many big minions were stolen by either of them. But it seems that if you're ahead by this much, that you should be able to assume that he's ahead in gold. And did I get that ward? No, the ward actually went down, or stayed. And yeah, what else? Did I really miss one of the lanes? No, the top laners are equal. The bottom laners, yeah, that's ahead for CLG. And the mid laners, 212 versus 179. That's really ahead for CLG. So how are they not further ahead here? Is it really the gold items or something like that? Because what's her name? Janna has 3 gold items, and yeah, on the other team, oh, those are the only ones on the team. No, Mundo has 1. And Mundo has had 1 for quite a while, and Gragas has 1. So no, there are 5 gold items on that team, and on the other team, It is 1 on Maokai, 2 on Maokai, sorry. And that's it. So it might actually be the gold items. Oh no, Leona has 2 as well. So 4 on that team. I don't know. I really have no clue. So an engage going in here, but Janna is going to stay alive. And oh wow, Mundo doing a lot of damage there. But Shen getting the kill. Well, he's on the same team, so it's all good. Shen getting another kill. And yeah, he has been dominating that top lane, so he is pretty fed. He has 4 kills now, and oh, they're actually going to pick up a 3rd kill. So a 3-4-0 exchange there in, well, the advantage of Absolute Legends. And this is actually a game turner, because they were pretty much, well, the same. And now all of a sudden, the Absolute Legends are 2k gold ahead, and they're going to pull into a second turret here, although Morgana is going to be able to do a lot of damage here. Gets all of the minions, and yeah, does about 500 damage to that Shen. But Shen is going to say, well, 500 damage, I'll take it, and I'll just get the hell out of here. Because Shen obviously very tanky with that armor. He has a lot of armor going, and the only one that really does well, significant magic damage would be the Morgana, and Morgana really cannot handle that kind of HP. So yeah, the armor choice really good. So the choice to go for a lot of armor, and yeah, it's going to pay off for him because he is really tanky, and he's now building something with magic resist at least. Might be Wit's End or something like that. I don't know what Shen goes normally. I always see very tanky Shens. Might also be Age of the Legion. That would actually be a good pickup because their team doesn't. Oh, they do have it. No, never mind. Mundo has it. But their team can really use that because Mundo builds a lot of HP normally and does very well with HP. But yeah, picking up that extra armor buff and magic resist buff, that would definitely be good. So yeah, the blue team still no oracles, or no oracles anymore, I don't know. So the red team still has a dominance in that regard because they can actually place wards. And the other team, yeah, they're using pink wards, so that's fine too. But it does mean that you're kind of, yeah, restricted to certain areas, and in those areas you will have vision, in other areas you will not have vision. So Mundo getting grabbed here by Urgot, and I think that's a mistake, because he wants to be in the middle of the fight. He's not going to die anytime soon. Morgana in some trouble in the dragon pit, and well, they are going to turn it around a little bit and get 2 kills for that, but it's... oh, it's going to be close, because now the Shen comes in, and Shen is going to, well, kill everyone. Or not? No. Wow. They lost nobody. How did that happen? Yeah, so Morgana is in the dragon pit, and she gets the snare off on, and the thing on, on Shen. I was following this part, but they're definitely not following that. So I was wondering how he got out, but he flashes over the wall. You can see it on the minimap. That's how he got out. And now we're going to rewind a little bit and see the rest of the fight, which you guys obviously have already done. Yeah, they're going to rewind in a second. I don't know the exact times on that. So the rest of this fight is... yeah, it's all because the team is split up so much. And is this where they rewind, or was this already the second time? No, this is the rewind. So the other side of the team fight, yeah, Mundo goes after dragon, gets the dragon, I think. Maybe not, I didn't really pay attention. You can see that from the top. And yeah, it's just because the team is way too far spread out, and they're all going for Maokai. And Maokai is super duper tanky, because that's what he built. He built Magic Resist, Angel of the Legion, Mercury Strats, the Heart of Gold. Yeah, you're not going to kill that anytime soon. So that's hard to get, well, to get rid of that amount of HP. and they all get out. So it's now 11 to 5. Finally, they have a little bit of a gold lead again, 300 gold. It's not a lot, and I really don't understand where this gold lead is coming from. It must be the jungler, or it must be dragons or something like that. But yeah, obviously they do have one more turret from that earlier push when they got something like a 3-4-1 or 3-4-0. No, they got a 3-4-0. And yeah, Morgana fortunately could defend that second turret. But it was definitely risky business there. So 3 wards, because they placed a pink ward there a long time ago, and someone placed a ward in that same bush in the range of that, which is the problem of that bush. It doesn't really have vision all the way through it. So if you place a pink ward there, you really have to get lucky that someone places their ward exactly in the same spot. So yeah, the fight has basically reset now, because there's 100 gold difference between the two teams. And even though it's 11 to 5, so the moral victory is there, or moral advantage is definitely for CLG. I don't think that they know that it is equal now. And yeah, we could see that if I had control over the camera, I would show the gold values, and we would see whether or not it's dragons that caused this. And I really would like to see a dragon counter on this, because yeah, if you don't keep track of that on a piece of paper here, then there's no way for me to see how much dragon gold they have. And well, that is just annoying, to say the least. But at least we can see the total amount of gold, but I still don't understand where it comes from. I mean, 6 kills. That's like 6 times 400 gold, something like that on average. So where did the other team get 2400 gold from? 2 dragons, and yeah, that might be it. So if they picked up that last dragon, that would definitely explain how that worked. But yeah, assuming that the numbers are correct, the teams are equal, and it's just that the CLG team is a stronger kill team, so they get kills easier and they get more gold from that. And in the end game, that is all that's going to matter. It is not going to matter what you do with your team if you lose a team fight, if you lose every team fight. And so far it seems that CLG is winning every team fight here. So Morgana doing a little bit of damage there to Gragas, and Greg is not too worried. He's going to just well, go on, kill a turret here. But yeah, there's nothing more the blue team could have done. They were too spread out. They couldn't really engage there, and they just had to take the loss of a turret. So Renekton a little bit far forward, but he does have Guardian Angel. He has a lot of nice items built. Well, he has the 2 Dorn's Blades, which give him a lot of stats, as well as the that's pretty cute in my opinion, the Last Whisper, which yeah, because he levels up quite nicely. He has 192 damage there, so the Last Whisper is definitely going to add on to that or help him do damage, because even with only I think yeah, he has more damage than Urgot has. Urgot has 150, which is kind of obvious from the items he built, but yeah, he doesn't really have a big item, a big damage item. And he is definitely, so Urgot is definitely building into that late game role that he has, which is just swap someone for, so swap places with someone and make sure that we can get the kill that way, and make sure that you don't die in the process. So he built Warmock's armor to sustain there, And with his ultimate he's going to get a little bit of extra armor and magic resist, and will be able to survive that for long enough for his team to actually get ahead 1 kill. And once he gets ahead 1 kill with his team, then yeah, it should be a 4 versus 5 fight with Urgot at about half health, and they should be able to win that team fight. At least that's the plan. So yeah, going aggressive on the Mundo, not really the target you would want normally, but yeah, if you can find him on his own, then why not go for him? And Mundo is going to ult and get out and get back in, and obviously does want to be in the middle of the fight because the ignite is only going to take away a quarter of that health gain. But he is going to die, and is this Gragas going to die? Yes, Gragas is going to die. Renekton's Guardian Angel was popped there, so that means a lot of damage went to him instead of to the carries. And he is going to die, I think. No. Too little damage remaining on this team. And they may... Oh no. Morgana misses that last binding. That would have killed one of them if that hit. But yeah, it didn't. So, nice team fight. Definitely nice because it started on Mundo. So they did a lot of damage to Mundo. And then the enemy team, instead of profiting from that mistake or taking advantage of that mistake, they turned around and did all the damage to Renekton. And Renekton, yeah, he doesn't care. It's like attacking Mundo with his ultimate up and you not having ignite. That is, yeah, Mundo doesn't really care what you do then. And it's the same with Renekton. Renekton had a Guardian Angel up, so it took them a long time to take him down. A lot of skills were used, a lot of damage was used for that. And then, in the meantime, all of the rest of the team could just keep doing damage. But since they don't really have a big damage dealer other than Morgana, it is hard to focus someone. I mean, Morgana, yeah, she does a lot of damage, especially combined with the Maokai's Abyssal Scepter, because the combination on that is really good. And yeah, Renekton does a lot of damage too, but yeah, not nearly as much as an AD carry would do normally. But since they don't really have an AD carry, they have Urgot instead. And this is definitely not intended as a Baron attempt. It was definitely intended as, yeah, come get us, guys. We're doing Baron. Come here. Try to attack us. And that's indeed what happens. And are they going to snipe this Oracles? Yeah, they're going to go for the Mundo first. No, Mundo is going to get out. This guy, this Ashe, is going to die. Yep, there we go. And that was a 2-for-0 trade. Not even anyone low. I mean, Morgana is relatively low, and I guess a little bit of damage has been done to Leona, but both of them are pretty tanky. Morgana can heal back up with her spell vamp, and Leona, yeah, she has her shield, man. That shield is so strong, and she is going to jump in the middle of the remaining team. And they're going to pick up at least one of them for this Leona. Oh, Leona's going to stay alive even. Wow. Impressive. So once again, I really have no clue how good Leona is at staying alive. Because the last time I cast a game with Leona in it, I kept thinking that she... Wow. That was an insta-kill, man. Lots of damage. But yeah, I kept thinking that she would die, and she kept staying alive for some reason. So still, the Baron lives, and they can do it again. They can pretend to go for that dragon again, and now they have a 3k gold lead. But that's not so important. The 12 kills makes such a huge difference in the mentality you have towards this game. So even if you know at this point that you're exactly equal to your opponent, you're not going to risk the team fights anymore in risky places. So you're going to wait until you get the perfect team fight, because every time they team fight, it is a 3 for 0 trade, or 3 for 1 trade. And yeah, Renekton getting over the side, going to check if anyone wants to steal that Baron, but nobody was there, and they're going to get a free Baron out of this. So yeah, as I said, it is really a mental issue now. The red team definitely not that far behind. They're 4k gold behind, but they don't know that. They may have done some calculation on the gold value, like, yeah, we got 3 more dragons and we're 12k or 12 kills behind, so we may still have a shot in this, but it feels, of course, like they have no shot at all. But if they get a good engage here, it could definitely turn around, or at least, well, one of the team fights could go their way. Pretty sure they couldn't push all the way into the enemy's base, where the blue team can definitely do that. Because the blue team has been winning team fights all day, and yeah, I think that's because they just have a tankier team. And at this moment, there is nothing you can do against a tanky team. If you just build a team like this, with a huge amount of HP and spell vamp and lifesteal, nothing you can do. So an Urgot definitely much tankier than Ashe. And even though Ashe has way more damage, she has like, I don't know, 60% more damage. Yeah, Urgot has like 100% more HP and well, and armor and magic resist and all the good stuff. So yeah, you don't really need damage, you need HP in this game. And yeah, unfortunately they still haven't fixed that yet. It has been an issue for quite a while. And if Mundo was on this other team instead of the Maokai, for example, that would be even more ridiculous. Although Maokai is a very nice pick, because it allows them to keep doing damage. Because they don't have that high spike damage, except for on Morgana, because they don't have an AD carry, they need the time to apply their damage. And with the Maokai, you have a snare and you have a pop-up, and that is definitely going to be a really good thing to have. So all in all, we're just going to continue on here, and hopefully for them, they will actually be able to pull it back at some point. Although I'm not actually sure that is mentally still possible, because now they're 5k gold behind, which is 10%, and yeah, that's a pretty decent amount. But yeah, I'm not actually aware of the abilities of these people to calculate how much gold they actually lost in those fights. And they know that a CLG now picked up a dragon and a baron, obviously. So that is another 1500 gold for baron, another 1000 gold for dragon, and that's going to put them ahead. I mean, they know they're ahead now. They probably knew they weren't ahead earlier, or didn't really have that feeling that they were ahead, but now they pretty much know that they're ahead. And that sapling man spotting everyone. That was such a good sapling. But I guess that's why it's the pros, man. They know what the enemy is going to do even before the enemy knows it. So Renekton, little or ahead of the rest, because he wants to get caught. He wants to be the one to take the damage. His Guardian Angel is up once again, and he has some pretty nice items. He now has a BF sword going, and can do some pretty nice damage there. And obviously doesn't want to give away all of his health instantly, but they do go in, and oh, Morgana, a nice ultimate there. Everyone backs out, and they pick up 2 kills for 1. And yeah, Renekton is really super duper low, so he needs to heal, and indeed does that with his ultimate. Is going to be fine. And wow, that was another team fight in the advantage of CLG. They once again pick up a 2-for-1 trade. They pick up a turret and they now pull ahead even more. It's 6.6k gold. And it's starting to get out of control a little bit. But it has taken quite a while. I mean, we're 42 minutes in, and still with this 20-7, it is not really decided. I mean, I'm giving this to CLG because they are so many kills ahead that, yeah, there's truly no way to really come back. Because in your mind, you know that every team fight is yours as CLG, and Absolute Legends knows that every team fight has gone CLG's way. So they're really not happy about that, obviously. And yeah, all in all, just a good situation to be in as CLG. And yeah, even though they're not really that far ahead, they have the feeling that they have this, man. It's just, yeah. Okay. Just continuing on, Shirelia's being used a little bit early, but yeah, they wanted to grab someone with the ultimate on what's his face, Urgot, but nobody was there. So Shirelia's a little bit early, and they have to wait another minute to get that back up. And they only have one, so... Oh no, they have two, never mind. So yeah, the support one was used here, so Leona used hers, but Maokai still has his up. I didn't know that the timers would actually show in the in the bottom part, in the item the score screen, but it does show the timers. So okay, that's cool. So about 10 more seconds, and then Shirelia's is back up, and they're going to be spotted by the hawk shot there. Cleaver from Mundo coming out, but not hitting anyone. It does show them that they know they're there. But yeah, the hawk shots flying overhead kind of told them that already. And Morgana is going to pick up a whole bunch of minions in the top lane. And Baron is back up. They know there is no ward there. Well, there was no ward there. And they know now that, well, there's no ward there. Because they have an oracles, and the enemy team, yeah, they lost theirs, and they're going to catch. Oh, this is so sad. They're going to catch the Janna, and although she doesn't go down, it is a huge loss to the team because she's not going to be able to be in that team fight. And yeah, as you can see, she's going to get chased down and going to get killed, and the entire team is going to go down. This is going to be an ace, and no, Mundo is going to get out. Okay. Ah, yeah. Leave him. He's going to get out, and they're going to just finish it right here, right now. Urgot tanking the turret. Doesn't really care. He needs to get out at some point, but... Yeah, they get the turret. They're not going in for the inhibitor. They're going for Baron, I think. I'm assuming they're going for Baron because there's no reason not to go for the inhibitor there. And yes, they are. There we go. So yeah, the enemy team not up for another, let's say 20 seconds. And then they have to run to Baron. So there's really no way to steal this. Mundo can throw in a cleaver, but that's not going to work because the cleaver does like... something like 140 damage, and yeah, they're going to just block that because they can see him, and yeah, Mundo knows that, so he's just going to get the gold where he can get it and hope that the next team fight will actually result in something. But now 9k gold ahead, almost 10, and yeah, it's going to get it's desperate in the Absolute Legends camp at this moment. They know they kind of keep screwing up those team fights, and they have no tactic for those team fights. So maybe it's because their picks were wrong, maybe it's just because there's too much HP on the enemies. And yeah, if the enemies can kill Ashe, then there's no way for the entire team to do anything. Because, well, Shen doesn't do that much damage. Gragas, yeah, because everyone is so high HP, he can't really do enough damage to kill them. Mundo, yeah, he's not going to do a whole lot of damage. Janna obviously is not going to do a whole lot of damage. And Ashe, as I said, does do a lot of damage, but is very low HP. So if he gets, or she gets, well, caught or killed instantly in that team fight, then Mundo goes down instantly here. Almost lived, but not entirely. And there goes Ashe, and there goes the team fight. So nice focus there, and definite, yeah, nice tactics. As I said, nothing you can do about this if Ashe dies, and Ashe did die. So they're going to kill. Oh man, he melted. They're going to kill Shen instantly, and are not even caring about anything else. Just going to kill the turrets and the Nexus, and that is it. So anyway, CLG wins the qualifier here, so I don't know what that means, but there you go. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.